Welcome to the March edition of LoveClarendon Park. I'm joined by one of my normal partners in crime, Glenn from Knightsbridge. Good morning, Glenn.
Good morning. I do sound a little bit like Barry White actually today. I've been down with this flu, so we are a couple of days late getting this episode out, so I do apologise for that.
Yeah, but we have been invited to a fabulous venue on Queen's Road, haven't we?
We have indeed. We are at Coffee Ethic. Can't even get
hold
the
on,
words out.
Hold on. Where's Aidan?
Aidan, unfortunately, couldn't be with us today. I think he was out yesterday evening.
Yes.
However,
right.
Don't worry. Aidan had some really good reports back, or not reports back. What's the word we
feedback? Yeah, feedback comments
from his
vinyl
little
section.
vinyl section that we did, which was quite interesting.
Yeah.
He's very passionate about it.
Yeah.
So we have sent Aidan out this week. He's been out.
He's our roving reporter.
He is this week, so he's been out doing that, and you'll be able to see that in a little while.
Oh, okay.
So that'll be good. So
well, at least we haven't lost him. So so where are we today?
So we're at Coffee Ethic on Queen's Road. We're joined by Tasneem, who's the owner of Coffee Ethic, and she's very kindly invited us along here today, not only to make us a nice cup of coffee, but actually to talk about what Coffee Ethic is and how it got started. So Tasneem, welcome.
Thank you.
So how long has it been open now here?
We opened in May 2017.
Oh, okay.
So it's coming up to 2 years.
2 year anniversary, yeah. Has it been going well for you?
It has. It's been it's been amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fabulous. So what made you think of opening Coffee Ethic? Because normally there's a reason behind entrepreneurs wanting to own their own business or open their own shop. So what was the reason behind that?
Yeah. I mean, I've always had a passion for for healthy food and healthy eating, and I think it was quite difficult to find dairy-free options.
Oh, okay.
In different places. So I thought that it would be really good to have to have the option of gluten-free, dairy-free, and vegan options in the menu.
Yeah.
So that's what I really wanted to promote and get give people the option.
Yeah, because over the past probably 6 months, I've noticed it. I'm a vegetarian myself, so but I've noticed obviously vegan alternatives and businesses becoming more vegan friendly. And you mentioned it to me just before we came in, didn't you, Glenn? About the whole kind of veganism and that kind of thing, where it is becoming more and more popular because people are turning to healthier lifestyles, aren't they?
That's right. Yes, I think it is getting a lot better.
Yeah.
But it's nice to be able to offer that and to give customers choice about different things that are going to be in their food.
Yeah. And did you, when you started, did you start it because you had some dietary problems or that kind of thing, or was it just purely to give people an alternative?
It was to give people an alternative, but also I am intolerant to dairy myself, so
that's what I was wondering.
Yeah, so I did feel that it would really benefit people.
Yeah. And have you seen that from the customers that are coming in, that it's been quite a bit of a saviour? I know Queen's Road is quite well supplied for different alternatives in terms of food kind of alternatives, but I would imagine that was quite a refreshing relief for a lot of people around the area.
I think so. We've had really good feedback from people.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time people are quite surprised that they can have gluten-free pancakes, or we do have vegan ice cream, and it's just quite nice to for them to be able to have what they want to eat without worrying about what sort of if they'll be able to have it or not. So
Well, Aaron, who's a friend of ours, I mean, he's gluten intolerant, I think is the term.
Yeah.
And sometimes it can be difficult if you go out with him. It can be quite difficult to find something that's going to be palatable, I suppose, is the term. Yeah. But not all the food here is vegan, is it?
No, we do have non-vegan options as well. We do fish dish, so we have some smoked salmon and tuna and things like that. So I think the main emphasis is just on having healthy and freshly prepared recipes.
Yeah.
And all the food is made fresh to order.
I was going to ask. I was going to ask about that because again, it's always nice to come to somewhere where you know it's been made fresh and it's not just sitting there in a fridge waiting for it to end up on a plate. So you actually prepare everything freshly here, do you?
We do, yes, and that's why we can customise it and we can take something out or add something in. Yeah. Which makes it quite nice for customers. I think
Glenn's trying to sample what he's having for breakfast now.
I was just looking. I'll tell you what a great spot this is. I've got to say, sitting in this window, you could be absolutely anywhere. We've got the sun shining in today. It's lovely. So, I mean, you've got everything from toast with, I know, Luke's favourite avocado.
Oh, they've got avocado. That's bad.
From porridge and pancakes, so Scotch pancakes. So, and then of course that's just your breakfast menu, which I can see you're doing that all day. And then down the lunchtime side, you've got the sandwiches, toasties, salad bowls for those people that are healthier than me. Although I am doing something about it now because I just had my test results and I need to cut down on my sugar again. So yeah, I mean,
it's all
really,
those donuts that everyone buys in the office.
We've got to stop. We've got to stop doing that. So
fruit bowl from next week.
But wraps, and everything. So it's a really quite a wide. I know when I popped in to see you this week. I mean, you get very, very busy.
Yeah. When I'm walking past, it always seems absolutely packed and busy and thriving. So you must be doing something right to attract those clients. And it just seems a nice environment here, doesn't it?
I'll tell you what it is, and we had this conversation the other day when we were talking about filming here, is that it's calm.
Yeah.
There are places along here that you just couldn't relax in at lunchtime. It sort of almost blow your mind. Where you come in here, it's quite relaxing. I think the type of music that you play, I know we've turned it off today for filming, but the music that you play and the way in which it just does make you feel more comfortable. Yeah, which is great. So well done. Good. So Tasneem, I know that you run various events and that from here. On the Sundays, you do a Sunday afternoon vegan tea, isn't it?
That's
you do.
Right, yes.
Tell us a little bit about that, and also I know you've got something coming up for Mothering Sunday as well.
We have, yes. We have our vegan afternoon teas once a month on a Sunday. And it's a really nice opportunity for families and friends to get together. Yeah. Sample our food. All of the sandwiches and cakes are vegan, and the scones. Yeah. Oh, fantastic. And they're all freshly baked. We have 2 bakers who bake for us locally. Oh, okay. So we're very lucky.
So again, with you being a local business, supporting other local businesses, which I know. I popped in to see Simon at Christopher James in the week, and he talked about Bruciani's closing, unfortunately, and how he buys a lot of his bread. So again, he tries to support the local independent businesses as well. So I'm really pleased because that's what we want to do with Love Clarendon Park, is about helping those local independent businesses as well. So
right.
I mean, that brings us on to a good thing. I mean, what is it about Clarendon Park that you like?
I think it's just got a really nice feel to it, and the community really comes together as well. It's very supportive. We've made so many friends with customers and other business owners, and it's just a really supportive community, I think.
Yeah, no, it is. And when you see things like the summer fair that they have on, and the Christmas fair or the festive fair that they have on, and also when there's activities going on the park and things, it is great, and how the community all kind of rallies together, and the activity there is that strong community feel, isn't there?
There is, definitely.
So it's obviously you're due to open any time soon now, so I guess you're going to need to get yourselves ready. I can see the girls are working behind the scenes there.
Yes. Signaling, come and help us
to
before the rush
prepare everything. Yeah. So just tell us again about the Mothering Sunday.
Yes. Yes. So we're doing an extra special afternoon tea for the Mother's Day Sunday, and it will be all of our sandwiches and cakes and scones. And it should be a wonderful afternoon. So we're taking bookings for that.
Brilliant.
And it is booking up fast. So if anybody would like to book.
I was going to ask, so how can people find out more about the events that you're putting on? Are you on Facebook?
We are, yes.
Yeah.
So we put all our events on Facebook.
Brilliant.
And they can email us or they can pop in and book a table.
So if they want to book a table for the vegan afternoon tea on a Sunday or the Mothering Sunday, they can contact you on Facebook, pop in, pick up the phone, and you'll be able to help them from.
There's always great images that are posted on Tasneem's Facebook page.
Oh, is there?
Even if you're not hungry, you become hungry once you start looking at these images.
But is it naughty food images?
They look really naughty.
Yes, there's a lot of cake.
They look really
Just
naughty.
to tempt you.
Are they as bad for you as they look? That's the question.
They are lovely. We've got some really good bakes that the bakers do.
Brilliant.
So we try to try different ones out and let everyone know about them.
Fantastic. Okay.
Well, I don't think we should be holding you up anymore because we don't want to set your Saturday probably one of the busiest days of the week. So I think we'll set you free to go and help the rest of the troops. But it's been really, really enlightening to find out about what Coffee Ethic's all about. I mean, I can see from your board here just organic coffee, hot chocolate, ice drink, shakes, fraps, whatever fraps are, Buddha bowls, fresh salads, hot soup, wraps, cakes,
everything.
Everything.
Nobody's going to go hungry or thirsty.
I don't think so, no.
So that's great. Tasneem, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Really appreciate your time today. Look, come along, Coffee Ethic, pop in for a coffee during the day. As I say, there's generally somewhere to sit. It does get busy though, so be prepared. You may have to wait, but well worth a visit.
Yeah, fantastic.
So we are now going to go and pass over to Aidan, I think, aren't we?
I'd love to say he's live on location, but that'd be
he isn't.
But he isn't.
I think he'll be laying in bed at this time on a Saturday morning.
But Aidan popped into one of his regular haunts of the week. Right? I think let's let Aidan explain all about where he is. So let's cut to Aidan.
I love Clarendon Park, and we're here today at LOROS's charity shop on Queen's Road that's really just focusing on music, and what a great array we've got in here today. So hopefully we're just going to show you a few of the things, and really you ought to come down and have a look for yourself because there are some gems in here and just so much nostalgia, it's unbelievable. So we've got some racks and racks of albums in here. Some of them are really quite rare and really sought after as much as anything else, and trip down memory lane for a lot of people more than anything else. Beatles stuff, and there's some reggae in here, and just really nice albums, and just so very, very tactile as well. And in addition to the albums, they do 12-inch singles here as well, lots of cassettes, lots of CDs, and also lots of 7-inch singles as well, and quite an array, some really nice rare stuff as well, well worth sifting through if you have a spare 20 minutes or so. Pop in here and have a look. It's quite surprising what you can find. There's a Jam EP there, stuff by the Buzzcocks, Rolling Stones, the Police. I mean, there's depending on what your genre is, there's something here for you. Okay, so I came in here earlier today because I spent most of my lunch times in here, and I spent, well, the 50p, the records I bought, most of them are 50p, I bought 20 of them, so that's a tenner. And I bought a record box as well because I need something to carry them all in, and that was a tenner as well. So these are really very affordable. And today I'll show you some of the records I've bought. Frederick, Patti Smith, that was £2.50. I've been looking for that for ages. And then we've got Rod Stewart, You Wear It Well, superb record. Don't Talk to Me About Love by Altered Images. Superb record. And I met Claire Grogan and I've kissed her. Pretenders, I Go to Sleep. Different for Girls here on National Women's Day. Yay! 50p that was. Drive by the Cars and Hazy Fantasy. Shiny Shiny. Some really great records and just an array of variation and lots of interest more than anything else here. So come down to LOROS on Queen's Road and put some money in their till. Thank you.
So that was really good, wasn't it? You can see when Aidan's passionate about something, he absolutely loves it.
No, definitely.
And he's got that voice. He's like a late night radio presenter.
Smooth radio, smooth radio,
smoothie radio. I think with Aidan. There we go. So. Yeah, but I mean that brings us on nicely because obviously he spends a lot of time in the LOROS shop there. Yeah. Most days he's popping down there. So, that brings us on to the Twilight Walk, which we said in the last episode that we would talk more about today. Yeah. So, we get involved and have been for the last, 3, is our fourth year now?
I think this might be the fourth year,
involved in the Twilight Walk. So, Luke, you go for it. Tell us more about Twilight Walk.
The Twilight Walk, it's on the 6th of April, and it starts at the King Power Stadium. There is still time to register for entering that, and what it's about is a 10-kilometre walk, not a run. If you want to run it, I suppose they're not going to stop you.
Some of them are a bit competitive, aren't they?
Yeah,
they fly past us.
Yeah, you seem to find the really competitive ones that come past the Victoria Park section where we base ourselves and hand out chocolate, which always seems to go down well. And that's still daylight by the time they come past there. Yeah. But then the stragglers are around 10 o'clock, but I think it's because they've been walking double the distance, zigzagging, and I can't confirm if it's anything to do with what they've had to drink on the way round, but it might influence it. But it starts at 5:30. The LOROS website has more information about entering, and the theme, they always have a theme, and there's normally great costumes, and this year is Under the Sea.
Under the Sea, that's right, it's under the sea. So 10 kilometres starting at 5:30, King Power Stadium. I have been told that if you get there early, there's a bacon roll or some sort of food.
Yeah, there's normally quite a bit of a festival, and sometimes they let off balloons, but there's music to get you going and bits and pieces. So it is a really kind of carnival atmosphere down there. But I mean, the work that LOROS do, I went to go and see Abby, who's helping organise the Twilight Walk. So I think we've got a short video that we can show people all about it. So let's let Abby tell everyone about it.
Yeah.
Hi Abby.
Hello.
Hi. So for the past 3-4 years we've been supporting the Twilight Walk. So what I think everyone's dying to know is what is the theme for this year's walk?
So this year's theme is Under the Sea.
Wow.
Which we're very excited about. We anticipate to see lots of mermaids and sea creatures around on the day. So really excited.
Yeah. And I know from experience there's normally some creative costumes that are either made or purchased doing that walk around Leicester. And how far have people got to walk?
So it's a 10k walk through Leicester. Biggest night out in Leicester for ladies.
Yes, because it is just ladies. That's and obviously children as well, female children.
That's correct, yeah, absolutely, as long as they're accompanied by an adult. So we have merchandise on our online shop to buy. Yeah. But like you say as well, we do encourage people to get creative as well.
Yeah, no, brilliant. So how can people find out more about the Twilight Walk and how can they register to come and take part?
So the best thing to do would be to go to our website, which is loros.co.uk/Twilight.
Brilliant.
On there you can register. At the moment it is £12 per person to sign up. We do encourage people to gain sponsorship as well, but it's not compulsory. And everybody receives a bib number and t-shirt as part of their fundraising.
Fantastic. So we'll pop the link at the bottom of the video, so if you want to sign up or even make a donation to LOROS as well. So I know that we're going to be at the station at Victoria Park, kind of that last leg as people head down back to the King Power Stadium, because of course that's where it starts.
That's correct.
There's normally a bit of a an event there, isn't there, that kicks things off. So we'll be there handing out chocolate bars, which always seem to go down well.
I was going to say, they really appreciate it after you walk up New Walk.
Yeah, and I think last year we even had some dancers that did some dancing, and we even had Hot Shot, the rider's mascot, at the top of greeting all the ladies, and they want to give him a hug as well. So if you'd like to find out more information, then please pop along to the LOROS website. I know that there are 8 ladies from Knightsbridge estate agents that are going to be taking part, and they're setting up a group fundraising page as well. Because I know many of those ladies have had relatives that have been in LOROS or been supported by LOROS. So what is LOROS all about? Because for those people out there that don't know what LOROS is, I know it is a specific Leicestershire and Rutland-based charity. Yeah. So what does LOROS provide?
So like you said, we're specific to Leicester, Leicestershire and Rutland. We're a hospice charity, so we provide specialist palliative care to patients and their families, over 2,500 every year at our hospice here on Ruby Road.
And I can imagine running a facility like this. I mean, even just when we came into reception, we were greeted with a smile by the lovely ladies on reception. It can't be cheap to run a facility like this.
No, I mean, our volunteers are such a massive support to us. We couldn't continue without them, basically. They are wonderful, but it does cost us more and more every year, and currently we do need to generate £6 million in...
Wow, that's a big number.
It is, donated and voluntary income, so that's where our fundraising tends to.
Now, I know one thing that's probably on the lips of a lot of people is that quite often when they donate to charity, the charities don't really see a lot of that money. So out of every pound, how much is going to the actual hospice itself to help support its patients?
So we're really proud of the fact that it's 90p in every pound is directly towards patient care.
Yeah, fantastic. Because you do hear about that, don't you? So, no, that's brilliant. So 90p in every pound that's raised is going direct into LOROS to help support its patients. So if you'd like to help get involved with LOROS, even just make a donation for the Twilight Walk, or even just pop out in Leicester, which is on the 6th of April. Yeah. So pop out into Leicester and see the great costumes that are out and about. You won't be disappointed. I know some of the ladies do get a little bit wobbly on the way around and maybe visit some of the pubs as well, but it's all good fun, and it's all for a great cause. So pop along to the link below, and certainly come along and help and donate if you see us at the top of Victoria Park. So really, really interesting how 90p in every pound raised goes to LOROS, and that's quite an effort for any charity. But I couldn't flabbergasted by the £6 million a year it costs to keep that running. Yeah, absolutely. But interestingly, I was just looking here, 2018 was a record-breaking 2,200 ladies that attended the Twilight Walk. No wonder we ran out of chocolate. Well, I know. So I think I've ordered 2,500 chocolate bars this year. Yeah, well, we might need some ladies did help themselves to more than one. Well, we're going to have to stop that this year. We're going to have to ration it this year. But yeah, over £150,000 raised. On that event last year, which is fantastic. So I know that Team Knightsbridge will be there in their usual spot, which is just under the arch there. Under the arch, just before you walk back down from the top of New Walk. You come along past the Montfort Hall, and then you walk back down on your kind of home stretch towards the King Power again. And we've got eight of our girls. Eight ladies from Knightsbridge. They're going to be attending. One of them's my wife, which is going to be quite amusing because she's never walked 10 kilometres in her life. Has she been in training? She's going to start training. We've got to buy some trainers first. I mean, she really has no idea what to expect. Right. I think the girls are going to lead her astray, but we'll see what happens. It's for a great cause. They're having good fun as well. And I know by the time we managed to get this episode out, it would have finished. But there was the Tower Run, which is today. Yeah, you're off to that one. Which I'm off to that. Hence the trainers today. And I popped down there earlier. And I'm not quite sure what I've let myself in for on that one when I looked up at the building. Oh dear. So 351 steps. But again, that's for LOROS. I think I'm doing that with Jan from over at Love Oadby, and I think we're about eight £800, £900. Our aim is to try and see if we can get to £1,000 for
Really?
LOROS. Yeah,
That's fantastic. Well done.
for it. So, but again, it's great Leicestershire and Rutland charity, isn't it?
So, one last time, it's not too late to register for the Twilight Walk. Go on LOROS's website, all the information is there. You can register, raise a little bit of money, but most importantly, have a lot of fun. Yeah,
Fantastic.
So that'd be great.
So what else have we got going on in Clarendon Park?
Well, okay. I met up with a lovely lady, Kate Skinner, who she's a professional dancer. She's been dancing professionally for over 15 years. I think she's done some modelling as well. She's now back in Leicester.
Okay.
And she is starting a new dance fit class. She said for males and females. I can't see me popping. Well, I say we can't see me popping along. We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
She's going to be working out that I think it's called the Hidden Dance Studio or something on Hartop Road.
Yeah.
She tells me
120A, I think Hartop Road it is.
She tells me inside there the facilities, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
The way it's done in there. So she's getting this off the ground. It starts, or it started actually last Tuesday. It runs from 9:30 to 10:30 in the morning. So your first lesson's free.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's just £6. It's all about cardio, keeping fit and having fun.
Well, I think we should pop along and have a look, see what it's all about.
I did say that. This is why I just said we'll come back. She's invited us along to go and have a look at what goes on.
Why not?
So I think we'll try and get that in for the next episode.
Well, I've also got another thing that we need to pop along to, but that's a secret. I'm gonna let you know about it a bit later.
All right. So that would be good. And also, we're going to be meeting up with Sham. He's the owner of CRS Gas and Heating.
Oh, okay.
Now, being in an estate agent environment, which I am during my normal working life, we see lots of problems when it comes up to the winter and various things going wrong. So he's very kindly offered to let us follow him around.
Wow.
He's going to take us, show us the sort of things they do when they're doing boiler checks and stuff and what's important. But he's also going to give us little snippets like how to bleed a radiator, how to sort out the boiler. I think they have problems in the winter.
Topping up pressure and things. Because I see quite often on the Clarendon Park community Facebook page, does anyone know of a good plumber? I've got a problem with my heating. And so hopefully he'll be able to act as a bit of a community resource for that.
Yeah, well, as I said, he's very kind offered to let us follow him around. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to send our guys out
Fantastic.
there. And we'll break that down and we'll release them bit by bit as it goes over. And obviously coming up for the winter, we'll probably rerun them again. So that it does give the guys out there an opportunity to be able to deal with these.
If you can quickly bleed a radiator or top your boiler pressure up, it's going to save a call out.
Yeah.
What's a call out? £50, £60,
It's got to
maybe
be,
sometimes more.
Yeah.
So fantastic.
And the final thing really I want to talk about is people have been talking about the new Italian that's
which is this way.
Used to be Snack World.
Snack World, which is a shame, Snack World going.
Yeah, we miss Snack World,
we do.
I must say. But this Italian it's going to be called Fresco's.
Yeah.
Now it's got a bit of a twist to it. So thinking about grounded kitchen and the way that is, it's got a bit of a twist. So basically what they're doing is they're doing flavoured pasta where you can then choose your toppings. So as it's been explained to me, and I'm sure I'm not getting this 100% right, but we're going to pop along and visit them once they're open.
I think we need to go for a sample, definitely.
But they're putting flavours in the actual pasta. The pasta's all handmade. The only reason they're not open yet is they've been waiting for the machinery to come from Italy and various other places. It's going to be handmade. Choose your pasta, choose your topping. It's going to be set out a bit like, so it's not a restaurant, but you have got some high level seating there where you can sit at a bench and stuff and eat it in or take away. So it's going to be interesting to see because again it's something different on Queen's Road, which is going to be really good.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to it.
Definitely.
They have invited us along, so we will be popping along there to have a little look as well. And now for the item that lots of the people are talking about out there.
Yeah.
So I'm over to you with this one.
Well, let's talk about Tesco's.
Yeah.
But it's not just a Tesco's.
Or not Tesco's.
So we had the pleasure in going along to bar 106 on Queen's Road, just over the traffic light junction of Clarendon Park Road, as you head away from where we are now, to find out what it was all about, because they've got a Tesco's sign in the window, but if you look closely, it says that we are not a Tesco's Express. And we met with the manager there to find out more.
Robin,
so
yes.
we've got a short video that we can play, but we have got the full video, and they're having their opening. Official opening around the 19th.
Official opening around the 19th. I think they're starting from this weekend with some preparation
and
stuff.
They've got that party for the contractor
yes.
as well, so he's got to pull his socks up to get it all done.
Yeah, and then it'll be over to. I think they're going to invite some family and friends along during the week, which I think we're going to be invited to.
And I mean, what was amazing from the video before we cut to it is that we've had about 4,000 people watch this video, and I was in Christopher James. Grabbing a bite to eat yesterday, a lovely brie ciabatta, which I'll need to cut out with healthy living now. But first thing he said was cocktails on draft.
On draft, yeah. Well, let's listen to the video and see what Robin's got to say.
Go on then, Luke, tell me, why am I standing outside the not Tesco Express?
Well, I wanted to bring you out on this gorgeous sunny day.
Yeah, it's not very pleasant, is
No,
it?
but it is something out of intrigue. I wanted to find out what was going on behind these window-leaned windows and doors, if that is such a word, for bar 106. So I'm just intrigued to know what exactly is going to be opening up here and helping the Clarendon Park community.
Well, what I've done, because I already know what's going to go on
do you
here.
know?
I do indeed, because I checked.
Loaded question.
Absolutely. I've arranged for us to meet up with Robin.
Okay.
He's going to be the general manager here
Yeah.
at the bar, and he's going to have a chat with us inside. So should we take a look?
Fantastic. Let's go and have a look.
Great, okay, so Robin, thanks for inviting us along. It's a real pleasure. You're going to be the general manager here, I understand.
Yep.
And as we can see, it's still a work in progress, but they're racing towards the finish line now, we hope. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
I've worked in Leicester. Well, I'm from Leicester, so been working here all my life in hospitality. My background is mainly restaurants, and then for the last couple of years I've been working for the Orange Street Group, so sort of going towards the sort of drink side of the world. And so Cal, who's the owner of 33 Kent Street, we met through friends and decided we wanted to work together. And
So this is the bar in town, is it?
So Cal owns 33 Kent Street, which is a cocktail bar in St Martin's Square, and they've been there for nearly 5 years. It'll be 5 years in May. So he was sort of ready to maybe add a second business. So we sort of looked around. We always sort of had hope for this sort of area. This place came up, and yeah, it's really good. So Cal used to run Bar dos Semanas in Barcelona. He was there for 8 years, general manager as well. Yeah. So he knows the area. I live around here. We're both in the same industry, and we thought, well, this would be great to be in Clarendon Park, because the best area of Leicester. So really exciting.
Have to agree with that one, don't we?
Brilliant. So we'll be able to report back more when we've been down there for our invite and show people the finished article. But it looked impressive when we went, didn't it?
Yeah, it was still a work in process at that time, but I'm sure it's nearly all ready now. So that's good. And then you've been down to Labels as well, haven't you?
Yeah, so I've been to see Carol at Labels, the designer dress agency. Bit of a hidden gem on Clarendon Park Road. So I popped in to see her, where it's kind of pre-loved, and a lot of them are designer clothes, but also handbags, shoes, accessories. Some of them are brand new. So I'm not a massive designer. I haven't got a massive knowledge of designer names, but when she was reeling some of the names off, I knew exactly they're kind of household names. So and this is. After this, I'm going to tell you what our next challenge is as well, which will be interesting. Okay. So we've got a very quick video, but we have got the full video as well. If you look on the Love Clarendon Park page, to have a look at, but we've got a sneak peek about what we talked about when we went to go and see Carol. Hi, it's Luke from Love Clarendon Park, and today we've been out and about within the Clarendon Park area, and in particular Clarendon Park Road, and we're standing outside Labels Dress Agency, which is a great place for a lady looking for designer clothing, shoes, handbags, coats. We've arranged to come and meet with Carol, the business owner, to find out what it's all about and have a bit of an explore. So come on, let's go and have a look. So then, Carol, thanks for inviting us along. What's Labels all about?
Labels is it's called a dress agency.
Okay.
And I sell on behalf of other people.
Right.
So
okay.
I have ladies who bring things to me to sell. They maybe worn them once. They maybe worn them a few times, and they've changed their minds, as we do. And I sell for them. They get 50% back of the selling price. Yeah. And the customer who's buying it gets the opportunity to buy something a little bit special, a little
maybe
bit
designer, because I've seen
designer.
Some of the labels seem to have quite
nice designer
got some
things.
nice labels to them.
So so the person who's buying gets a nice quality item at a slightly, well, definitely a cheaper price than they would do.
So clients can come along, bring in their clothing items, but it's not just clothes, because I've seen you've got handbags and even shoes, and the shoes don't even look like they've been worn.
Everything is almost as new, virtually as new, and usually this season as well.
So a client can come in, bring their item, and you will then sell it on their behalf, and they get to keep 50% of the revenue from that. And so you provide that outlet
I provide the outlet and the service, and it's usually, you saw earlier when you were setting up, it's usually quite a nice shopping experience for the ladies.
So when you can buy a pair of designer high heel shoes that didn't even look like they'd been used for £40. But what I didn't show you in that video was that we've been invited along to her Zumba class.
Oh wow. Didn't know she did Zumba classes.
Yeah, she does. She does Zumba classes in Wixton. So on a Wednesday, along with our sister Love Wixton colleague, we're going to go along to Zumba as well.
Excellent.
I'm sure you'll be looking forward to that.
I'll have to make sure my insurance is up to date for that one, I think, before we start. But look, that's been a great day, really, recording and meeting up with Tasneem here at Coffee Ethic.
And I think we're just about finished, just in time for the first. I know there's already one customer in already.
He was an early bird, wasn't he?
He was, yeah.
So he says he comes over here and tries to avoid the place across the road. I'm not sure we're allowed to say who that is, but
can't say any names. But because you haven't got the repetitive pop music,
that's it.
And it's nice and peaceful, you can read your book without those distractions.
So listen, we're really happy with the level of engagement and the comments that we're getting from you guys out there. It's really good to know that we are providing a service to the audience. We're very fortunate to live and work in Clarendon Park and the Stonygate area, and again, not forgetting the Knightons. It's called Love Clarendon Park, but you know, it's all part and parcel of the same area. This is our local hub. We're always on the lookout for more places to film, more events going on. So if you do have an event or a business that you'd like us to promote, just give us a call, or Luke's going to tell you how best to contact us.
Yeah, so you can look for us on our Facebook page, which hopefully that's how you found out about Love Clarendon Park TV. So drop us a comment or drop us a direct message, or you can send us an email to info@lovecp.co.uk, and we'll get in touch with you. I know we are looking to come and film in some other businesses, and yeah, we've got the April edition coming out at the beginning of April, just before Easter, and I suppose maybe the final thing to touch on, I know at Knightsbridge they're doing a colouring competition for the children.
Oh yeah, the colouring competition.
So it's not just colouring, it can be decorating. So there's an egg that you can go and download and print off, or you can pop into the Knightsbridge office on Queen's Road, pick up, and if the children colour that in or decorate it, drop it back to the office and we'll swap it for
a real little Easter egg.
A real little Easter egg for them. So, and then closer to Easter we'll be showcasing those on the Facebook page.
In the window
and
stuff,
if maybe if we've had any here before the next filming, then we'll show them on.
Yeah, we'll try and get them round to the
TV.
Schools again like we did as well last time, because they really do have a good bash at it, don't they?
Yeah, but no ties or commitments, just drop that coloured in egg and we'll swap it for them, so they can walk away and you can make them, try and get them to save it till Easter.
Superb. Well, thanks once again. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thanks, Luke.
Thank you very much, and we'll see you in April.